Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game about building banks, the first private banks in China, and that game is called Pingyao. Pingyao is a game for 2 to 4 players, but there's also a solo version if you want to do that. And what you're doing in this is you are starting up the first private banking system in China. You're doing that by lending out money, taking out loans, using the money from your branches to fund some other branches, just to try to grow your network of branches as big as you possibly can. So you can be the PNC of China, or fifth third of China, if you want to look at it that way. This is a dice placement game, kind of, but it's also super economic. Lots of math, lots of thinkiness, lots of never having enough of what you want to do what you need to do. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go out to the table. Check it out. All right, so here's a game of Pingyao, all set up for 2 players, except for one exception. In a 3 or 2 player game, you're supposed to put out some blocker dice. I'm not going to do that because I just want to show you how the game works. But normally there'd be some dice out here blocking the spaces, so you're going to either have to pay or get money when you go to a space. But I'm not going to do that, but just know that's in a 2-player game. So to set up, you're going to give each player a player board, which I've shown you here. Each player is going to get 10 coins, which the black ones are 1s and the bronze ones are 5. Each player will get 3 dice, 2 managers, 1 grand manager, and then 1 manager locked in to this spot on the board over here. 3 meeples, 1 goes next to the loan section, 1 goes on the remittance track, 1 goes on the fame track. You're going to start with a starting tile. So in this case, this player is first player because they have the starting tile. The branch is going to have 2 ingots on it. You're going to have 2 ingots in your central bank, and you're going to have 2 ingots in your loan section. They're not called ingots, they're called like psyches or psyches. I don't know how to say it, so I'm going to call them ingots. And you're also going to have 6 remittance tokens or cubes, which we'll get into in a little bit. And in the first 2 rounds, these 2 locations on the boards are going to be blocked out. There's a whole book about what these locations are and to kind of give the history and the theme. I'm not going to go over that. I'm just going to show you how the game works. So if you are interested in that, it'll be included in the game, which is cool. And also, one difference in a 2-player game, there's normally 2 of each of these government tiles. In a 2-player game, there's 1 of each. So really, the gameplay, though, is effectively the same. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do is the game's going to take place over, I think, 5 different phases. The first phase is rolling dice. So each player is going to take their dice, and then they're going to roll them. So they'll roll them like this. And then you're going to put them on the spaces over here according to their value. So we have a 1, 2 2s, and a 3. All right. Then we're going to there's a couple more steps during this phase. If you had a branch that had a little, looks like a die action on it, and you have a president, you could use the bonus ability. But we don't have that yet, so I'm not going to do that. Another thing you can do is you can spend 10 coins to buy an ingot to put into your central bank. Probably not wise to do that on the first round because you need money, but that's what you can do here. Then what you're going to do, starting with high value to low value, you're going to take an action. During the first 2 rounds, there's 4 actions you can take. You can come up to this section and take what's called a remittance. We'll actually get back to that in a second. You can come over here, move up on the fame track. The fame track is going to unlock some abilities. It's going to give you more money when you are giving other banks a loan. You can go here to open up new branches. A level 1 here, level 2 here, level 3. They each have their own cost. So 6 coins and an ingot, 12 coins and 2 ingots, 24 coins and 3 ingots in this section. And then you can go here to take a loan, which means I could take these up to here, put this guy based on the die value, how many rounds I'm going to pay it back. Or I can take 2 from here and put them up here according to the die value to start earning interest. Here I have to pay, here I will get. So that's kind of what goes on here. Then at the 3rd round, we'll open up 2 more spaces. I'll go ahead and show what they are because I don't know if I'm going to play it that far. Here's going to give you managers, which are effectively these little guys right here. They're going to come in to either sit on a president seat if it has one on a tile, or sit in a management seat to make it so you can store and earn income, not store, but earn more income for more than 2 ingots. That's kind of what they do. And then over here, government tiles. These are basically just going to give you special abilities. So every time I would take a remittance, I would get 3 extra coins, but they cost an ingot when you purchase it. And based on the die value, it may cost some coins. Now remittances are these cards. I'll go ahead and show those to you. They're going to give you a couple pieces of information. They're going to give a deposit bank, which is the first bank. Then they're going to give a withdrawal bank, and then they're going to give you some kind of money that you're going to get right now. So say I took this card, I would take an ingot from the supply, and I would put it on a red bank. So I could put it right here. Or I could put it here because my central bank acts as all 3 colors, red, green, and yellow. So say I'm going to do that. I'll go ahead and put it in the central bank over here. Then I'm going to take, I have to go to a withdrawal bank. So I would go over here because the only yellow bank I have is my central bank. And then I'll take this card based on the die value, put it here. Then I get $2, and then based on where I put my cube, I either get more money or lose some money. Then after it comes down here, you got to pay back an ingot from wherever the cube is. So that's kind of how that works. That's one of the cruxes of the game. Pretty important. You don't want to overlook it because that will spell doom. All right, so let's go ahead and play through a round here. Maybe 2. I'm probably not going to get to 3, but I'll at least play through one whole one, maybe 2. So let's go ahead and get started here. So this player's first player. They are, if there was more than 1 die at a location, so say there was a 3 here, red would go first. But in this case, red only has the 3 here, so they're going to take their action. So I had a 3. I'm actually going to go open a new branch. So I'm going to come here. With a 3, I can open a level 1 or a level 2. I only have enough money for a level 1, so I'm going to take a level 1. So to do this, you're going to take some tiles. You're going to take 4. You're going to look at 1 and keep 1. They each have some abilities. They're going to have some passive ability, some always active abilities when you do that. Got to have a president. They may have some die adjusting abilities, but you got to have a president. I'm actually going to do this one. I'm going to put it on the red. The rest of them go to the bottom of the stack, which are off the board, but there's a stack for 1, 2, and 3 level branches. Then I have to pay $6. You're supposed to pay first, but it doesn't really matter. Just pay for it. And then I just take one of my ingots from my central bank, slide it up here. And then because I covered up a fame on my player board, I get to move up on a fame. And that's my first action. Next is yellow. They have 2 2s. So they're going to take some actions as well. I think they want to do kind of the same thing. So they're going to come over here. So let's talk about this. So they're going to come over here. They're going to bump me out. Now you can't bump the same number out. So if there was a 2 here, I couldn't go here. But because I'm using a less value die, I can bump it out. So if you're using a die that's less than what's there, you have to pay a coin. Unless you're using your Grand Master, you get a 1 coin discount. So because I'd have to pay a coin, this gives me a coin so I can bump this person out for free. If you're higher than what's in there, you're going to get coins. So that's kind of good. So with a 1 and the 2, I can build whatever I want. I'm going to build a level 1 because that's all I can afford. So this is for this player, but I'm going to put him right here. Upside down. Let's see. So they're getting kind of the same thing. I think they're actually going to use this one because that's going to cost them 1 to reroll as opposed to 2 for the 5 and 6. And they're going to put it over here in the yellow. So they're going to go there, pay the 6, slide the ingot, slide up on the track. The rest of these will go away. That was their first turn. Then they have another yellow die. So they will go ahead and do something else. They're going to go ahead and they want to do a remittance because I want to show you that. So let's do a remittance. So they're going to take 1 card because that's all they can do right now. So they take the card. This is not a great card. So in order to use this card, you have to be able to deposit into a red bank and withdraw from a red bank. They only have, oh, never mind. They can do this. Okay. So this is a red, yellow, or green. So let's go ahead and do it. So they're going to take 1 from the supply. They're going to deposit into their main bank. They're going to withdraw from this bank because it's red and green. Then they're going to put this over here. They used a 2. So they get a 3-month or a 3-round one. And they will put the other white one here. And because you take a remittance, you get 2 coins just for doing it. And then if you put a cube here or here, you get extra money. If you put a cube here, you have to pay $1. So but we're not going to do that because we put a cube on level 1. Now I have a 1. I'm actually going to go here. So I'm going to increase my fame. So by using a 1, I have to pay 2 coins, but I get to move up 2 on the fame track. And because I went across here, I get a manager to put on a building. So let's go ahead and put the manager here so I can have this ability. Now whenever I take a remittance, I get a look at 2 and keep 1, which is cool. All right, so now we're moving on to the next phase, which is income. So you're going to get income in a few ways. If you have any of these, they may produce income. You're going to get some income from some special powers on your agencies or your branches, and you're going to get income if you've given loans. I don't have any loans that I've given, so I'm not going to do that. You might have to pay loans too if you've taken loans, but don't have to do that. So for level 1s, you're going to get 2 coins per every ingot that's on a branch. So in this case, I get $6. This player, same, $6. All right, that was the income. Then what you're going to do is you are going to do a little bit of cleanup. So you're going to, any cards that you have will slide down. So this card's going to slide down. Any loans that are here will slide 1 to the left. If they're at 1, they're going to, if they're up here, they're going to come back down. If your meeple is leaving 1, you're going to have to move 2 loans back down to here to pay off your loan. And then you're going to take back all your dice and move the round marker and keep going. First player marker also moves. I forgot about that. So this player is now first player. All right, so then same thing is going to happen. We're going to be rolling our dice. So we roll the dice. So 2, 2, 4, 1. All right, then what we can do now, any powers that we had on our tiles, we could use if we had a president. Don't have any of those. Now we can spend $10 to buy an ingot. I think this player's going to do it just because I want to show you. So they're going to spend 10 coins. They're going to buy an ingot. So what happens here, this is the only time you can buy them. Take it, put it in your central bank. So now you have more to play with, more stuff to do. All right, so now it's their turn. What they're going to do is they want to give a loan. So let's come here with the 4. Actually, I'm not going to do that yet. So I will not do that yet. Let's come here. So they're going to come here with a 4. They can move up 1 on the track for free. They get a manager. And they can put that manager right here to activate that ability, which is cool. All right, then it's my turn. I have a 2, or it's yellows. Oh wait, that was red. Never mind. So red, I did that backwards. So this player's red. So what do they want to do with their 4? Let's see. What do they want to do? They're actually going to come here and do a remittance. So they're going to take a remittance. I get a look at 2 because I have that special ability there. So I have these. I have deposit to red, withdraw from yellow, deposit to red, withdraw from green. So let's do that. I'm going to deposit to red. I'm actually going to deposit to my central bank. I'm going to withdraw from green, which is this one. This is a red and green bank. This comes in at level 2 because of the die value that I picked. And because I did it, I get 2 coins. And I put a cube on level 1 so I don't get any other bonus. So that was a remittance from me. Oh, and every time you remit, you're supposed to move up on this track. I always forget that. So we're both at level 1 because we've both done 1 remittance. Now this player is going to come over here. And they're going to do this. They are going to pay 2 coins, their last 2 coins. And move up on the fame. They'll move up 2. So they'll get a free manager to unlock this special ability. And that was that. Then it's their turn again. They're going to come over here. They're going to give a loan. So at level 1 and 2, they can give 2 of these for 3 weeks or 3 months. So they're going to do that. You just slide them up. That's your turn. Then it's red's turn again with a 1. I think they want to open a branch. So they're going to do another level 1. They're going to do a level 1 branch, trying to get some income. Got all these bad boys. I'm going to take this one. So the special abilities on here is when I roll the dice, I can pay 2 coins to move an ingot to a branch, which is pretty cool. All right, so I have another fame, which is good. I have to pay 6 coins. And I slide an ingot up. All right. So now because I'm at level 4 here, all my loans, if I had loans, would pay out at 3 per ingot instead of 2. Until you get to 4, they pay out at 2. That's the end of the round. So now we're going to do income again. So we'll start with me. So I get 2 for each of these, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's it. Nothing to pay back. Let's just take 2 5s, give this back. All right, this player is going to get, they're at 3, so not at 4. So they're going to get 2 per these, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So they get 10. All right, so they got their money. Then we're going to slide down cards. So the cards slide down. Any loans will slide over, so on and so forth. I don't have anything to slide over. First player market shifts. This goes down. We unlock extra dice. All right, so from this point on, we have all of our dice and all the locations on the board are active. So let's move these. Then we can start getting more managers, getting some government tiles. Game's gonna keep going on like this through 8 rounds. At the end of the 8 rounds, you're gonna score a point for all of the ingots that, not counting these, are in your central bank and on your agents or your branches. Every 10 coins is a point. Every 2 managers is a point. Every level 2 branch is a point. Every level 3 branch is 2 points. If you get to the end of the tracks, you're going to get some extra points. And then whoever has the most points is the winner. If there's a tie, whoever has the most leftover money that they didn't use for points is the winner. So that's how you play Pingyao. Let's go up the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was Pingyao. First off, let me say, this is a Euro game designed in China, and that is freaking cool. The copy that I'm playing only has Chinese characters. There's no English on the board. It even has like a Chinese rule book. The rules that I'm reading are from a Dropbox. This is just awesome. It just looks like you're just playing this old, like, amazing game from the past. Just really sucks you into the theme in China. It looks amazing on the table. And this is a prototype, I believe. It might be a final game, but if this is a prototype, dang. That's what I got to say there. So let's talk about the game. So this is an economic game, effectively. You're trying to figure out the best way to use your psyches or psyches, I've been calling them ingots, to use those to fund your branches, to use those branches to fund your central bank, to fund other branches, to spend some of the interest that you've made to get some more money in your central bank so you can lend out more money. It's about taking, giving loans, and making money. That's what this game is about. The issue here is you're rolling dice. So you never know how powerful of an action you're going to be able to take. Because as you saw, a 1 and a 2 is a much better action than a 5 and a 6. 3 and a 4 is usually like an average action. You want the 1 and the 2 most of the time because you can do more stuff. So that's kind of cool. There's some tracks. You got the fame track and you got the remittance track. Remittances are my favorite part. You're basically taking money now, paying it back later so you can grow your banks. It's like an interest-free loan kind of, which I think is cool because normally if you take a loan, you got to pay back 2 coins around. For the remittance, you just go give them their certificate, leave. Then when they want their money back, they bring the certificate back. That's cool. Yeah, I absolutely adore this game. It's going to be hitting Kickstarter in January. I'll put a link in the video when that shows up. And this is probably going to be one that I back because I love it. It's amazing. It gives you so much fun, so much stuff going on. And I just love it. So I'm going to give this a BGM accept the seal. This is going to get an 8 out of 10 or a 4 out of 5 wrenches on our arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing. But we like to give it the games that we enjoy. So that is Pingyao. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.